With our first question from Diazuma, how do you feel about the chances of the Angels making the playoffs, Harrison?
Well, let's throw a one-liner to begin with. A, if there's a season, and B, we don't know what the format's going to be. Assuming there is games and that there's an expanded playoff pool of maybe 16 teams. If it's 16, I actually think they have a decent shot because in a shortened season, they don't have a super deep rotation, but with a heavier playoff pool and a pretty good lineup, I give them a decent chance, 50, 60%. If it's 16 teams. If it's 10, the normal amount there, don't love their chances overall. But if it's more than normal,
it'd be nice to see them get Trout going.
Get Trout in there.
Frankly, MLB could use that.
Yes, definitely.
They could use like the one offensive national star power guy that they might have.
Yep.
All right, Michael Schumacher, however you pronounce it, Michael. Who would the Indians trade for Lindor? I think he means who would the Indians
trade Lindor for?
Exactly.
Lots of minor league talent.
Good prospects.
To me, if you're trading Lindor, you're punting on your present. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not going to trade him and upgrade in other areas to win now. Now, you might get 2 or 3 prospects that turn into big-time players. That would be the goal. If you trade Lindor, there's been some rumors going around.
The Yankees have been linked.
The latest is that it doesn't appear that there's going to be a trade for Lindor, and I don't think any trades are really going to happen until we have clarity on a season because that just makes sense. There's too much uncertainty around everything right now. I would not trade Lindor.
Could the Braves get wild and go after him just as one
That'd be
potential
fun.
team?
Look, they're a team on the rise too. Like you get Lindor in there with Acuna and some of those other pieces.
That's fun.
That's a fun infield. That's a fun lineup. That would be intriguing. But if I am Cleveland, I do not move Lindor. I keep him put. He's a superstar in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, the report from Bob Nightingale was that the Indians weren't going to move him until potentially next July at the earliest, just because with so much uncertainty on the revenue side, no one's going to want to give out that big contract, so they might as well keep him.
It could be one of those scenarios, too, Tom, where he's – the Indians, while they're still good, maybe they wanted to see how this year was going to go. Like, was this the year the decline started? They traded Bauer. Kluber's no longer there. Maybe they naturally start to decline. And if that's the case, then maybe it is time to trade Lindor. I don't think they're at that point yet, though.
Yankees have long been linked as well. Speaking of the Yankees, by the way, you can get some Yankees face coverings because if we do get fans in the stadiums for baseball games, you either might be required to or probably should be wearing a mask. You can get one or multiple of them at chatsports.com/MLB mask. All 30 teams. That way you can stay safe and rep your favorite team in the process.
The best bang for your buck are the 3-packs for $24.99. The solo ones are like $14.99. So different styles, different options. The 3 for $25 is the way to go. That's the route I went. I know that's the way Tom went. Chatsports.com/MLB mask. We'll put that link in the comments. We'll put it in the description. Make it easy for you guys. You can pick from your favorite team. Get one for your son and daughter as well. Or, hey, Father's Day's around the corner. If he doesn't have a mask, you can get one at chatsports.com/MLB mask.
From Danica, if they have baseball this year, fair question.
Yes.
Who do you think will be in the World Series? Astros, Dodgers. Sorry, Danica.
Doesn't
pronounce it. My bad.
The best scenario for the league would be the Dodgers beating the Astros, right? Like, isn't that what people want?
MLB revenge
that's not
tour
what
against the Astros?
It's not what I want, but I think that's what the general league would like to see. I'll throw 4 or 5 teams in the mix. Yankees, Astros, Dodgers. I'm trying to think. Nationals would obviously be in the mix.
Yeah.
If the Phillies can stay healthy, I think they're a dark horse National League team.
How do you feel about dark horse Rays?
I don't think they're quite there. They're good. They were really good last year. They just don't have enough pop in their lineup. They need to add a bat.
Do the Twins stay 100-plus win team again?
I feel like they overachieved.
They're kind of young, though.
Not sure. Let us know who you guys think will win the World Series. Those are some teams we threw out there. Let us know what you guys think in the comments section.
All right, Kevin Otto wants to know, what are the chances the Reds could make the playoffs? How many spots are available? No,
even 16, I don't know if that's going to be enough.
I think 16 they get in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that
they improved. They added Bauer.
Your bats should be a lot better this year.
Obviously you got
there
Otto.
Should be some positive regression because they were way lower than what they should have done. I think you kind of benefit from Eugenio Suarez. It was going to probably miss potentially some time early on. He's going to be good to go. I think Nick Senzel is going to be good to go. And if you go universal DH, that helps him out too because he wasn't playing on the field.
I do think a shortened season benefits teams who
like the Reds.
are on the rise, like Cincinnati, where maybe if it was a full year, they probably wouldn't make it. But in a shortened season, you start off hot, you might be able to sneak in there.
Question coming in now from Graham Turnbull wants to know, I don't know high school baseball acceptable. I don't think there are very many people that know it nationally, at least beyond just your local area. Was the Cubs pick good? The Cubs took Ed Howard, a shortstop, out of Mount Carmel, Illinois, so kind of a homecoming of sorts, or at least maybe sticking around locally. He was number 18th overall composite player. He took him at 16. It's tough to argue against that in a whole way. And the Cubs, you're probably going to want to let those players stick around for a while. I am inclined to say it was maybe not the best pick, but a solid pick.
A fair, brutally honest answer is, on paper, it's an above-average pick. The reality is, check back in 3 years.
Which is fair.
But based on what we know up to this point, which is not a ton because he's a high school kid, pretty good pick overall. Good defensive ability from what I've read. So we'll see how he pans out. Obviously, if he does sign, which I would expect he would, won't see him for 3 or 4 years. So we'll see in a few years.
I think it's a quality pick there in the end for the Cubs, but you're right. We'll see what happens later on. All right, Inside Job 64, more likely to win a World Series first, the Tigers or the Orioles?
Whose farm system is ranked higher right now?
I'll pull it up real fast. It is the Tigers. Tigers are...
I'll go Detroit then because...
5th. Orioles are 13th.
I'll go Detroit just because I'll bank on that more, and I don't think either of them on their current big league squad really have more than a piece or two that would still be around by the time they're ready to contend. So okay. I'll stick with the team with the higher upside in the farm.
All right, Carson Smith wants to know if the Rangers pick was any good. It's Justin Foscue, the second baseman of Mississippi State.
They reached a bit in terms of where he was ranked, on the composite big board. We had him at 30 overall among, all across all the rankings, The Athletic, ESPN, Baseball America, between all of them combined. Not a bad pick, but he was a little bit lower on the rankings. We'll see how he pans out. Rougned Odor is probably not going to have a job for long at second base. Maybe Foscue is the answer long term.
All right, everyone, question for you guys now is to shout out your favorite MLB player. We'll go current for this one, Harrison, since you really struggled with your all-time favorite player earlier tonight.
Current favorite, George Springer is my favorite player right now.
Going
plays with a lot of energy. Good player for the Astros.
I will go with the Canadian for the Reds. I'll go Joey Votto, though.
Votto's great.
In a couple years, it might end up being Nick Senzel. Or hopefully Hunter Green.
You know who I love is Acuna
Hunter
for the Braves.
That's a good pick.
He's probably my favorite, young, 22 and younger type of player. He's excellent. He's really, really good. So go ahead and shout out your favorite MLB player. We'll keep it current players just for this exercise.
From Maria, what if the Yankees win the 2019 ALCS? So we're going way back. What changes and stuff?
Yeah. So if they would have beat, if Altuve didn't hit the walk-off, they force a Game 7 and win. Okay, got it. They'd probably be the favorite over the Nationals, just like the Astros were.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like the Nats were a team of destiny, though. They started off 19-31 through 50 games, rallied, made the playoffs, and got crazy hot. That probably would have been a 6 or 7 game series, though, just like the Astros Nats was. So who knows? On paper, they would have been slight favorites. That's all I could really say, though.
Question for you guys, and it's not a question, ask of help. Can you convince the bosses here at Chat Sports to let us do day 2 of the draft tomorrow? You guys got to subscribe. They're not convinced. They're like, audience was fine. Wasn't great. Wasn't near as good as the NFL draft. So if you want us to do day 2, hit us with that big red button and subscribe. Harrison, you want to do day 2 tomorrow, right?
Look, we had fun tonight. We're spinning the roulette wheel. We will crank that back out tomorrow if we get enough subs and do day 2 of the draft, but we need more subscribers. I think we're at 250 for the night, so we need a lot more to justify it to the bosses. I know Tom normally does a Cowboys show on Thursdays here at Chat Sports, so it's going to be a tough call. So you got to subscribe, get enough of subs. We'll probably be back tomorrow, but we have not reached that threshold yet. It's up to you guys.
Brenley Whitfield wants to know our prediction for Blaze Jordan. I think he means where Jordan's going to end up going. high school hitter, 74th on the consensus. So in theory, Harrison might end up seeing him go tomorrow at some point.
He'll definitely, I would assume, if he doesn't go tomorrow, that tells me he's told teams he's going to college.
He's committed to Mississippi State,
if he's a top
by the way.
75 guy, he'll get drafted.
I will make note, he did recently reclassify, so he's only 17 years old. So he is one of those younger players. I'm drawing a blank on. We saw that happen tonight with a different player.
One of the kids
I'm
was
just,
17.
I'm
I can't
forgetting.
remember which one it was. It was later on in the night.
Yeah, who exactly that ended up being? It was Bitsko. Nick Bitsko, I believe, was the one who ended up reclassifying. So first off, Blaze fits my name theory.
Yes.
I love the name Blaze.
He better be able to run fast.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a tough scene if
or
your
at
name's
least throw
Blaze.
fast.
Yeah, that works too.
Now, he's a first baseman, but
strong arm, who knows?
Historically speaking, not going to be that fast. Not going to be the strongest
No.
guy either.